Well, if it isn't time for Righties Rage, more mayonnaise, please. This episode, we have another Donald Trump lies as they installed a new flagpole at the White House yesterday. They asked him about the economy, and our President Trump says that at some gas stations, the gas was actually down to $1.98. Well, you know what, Mr. President? It should be mandatory to tell everyone where that gas station is. Send everyone there. We would love to get gas for $1.98. Is President Trump going senile? Someone may need to check his mental capacity.
Mr. President, as the Senate works on the big, beautiful bill, it seems like SALT is going to be a really big issue between Senate Republicans and House Republicans. So what are you telling senators? Because the New York Republicans on the House side are making clear that that's a red line for them.
Well, if it were a red line, then get ready for a 68% tax increase in 1929, because we're taking care of that issue too. You know what that is. That's debt ceiling. The debt ceiling, we have to move the debt. And if we don't move the debt, it's you violate covenants. It's a terrible thing. Actually, Pocahontas even agreed with me on that. She's been wanting to get rid of the debt ceiling because she said it's too violent. It is violent. So I mean, anybody that votes against it, they voted to give a 68% tax increase, and many other bets. There would be no money for the border. You know, we have billions of dollars allocated to immigration, the border, keeping criminals out, getting criminals out too. If that doesn't pass, you'll get a 68% tax increase. And I would say this, any senator that votes against it, and that includes Democrats, I think they'll be finished in politics.
On SALT specifically, do you think Senate Republicans or House Republicans will have to bend more in order to get the bill at large?
I don't know. We're going to see how it works out. It's a very difficult issue, to be honest with you. It's very difficult, and I understand both sides, but we'll just have to...
You've just been transferred for the 4th time.
I love meeting new people. It says your package has arrived, but you can't find it. Ooh.
Hopefully a compromise or something's going to be made, but it's a very difficult issue. But remember that, people say, what do you think? 68% tax, so all those numbers I told you how well the economy is doing, it all gets wiped out. You'd have the largest tax increase in history by far, by 3 times. If they don't get the big, beautiful deal. I always say the great, big, beautiful deal.
Now, we definitely know that a lie. If they pass that big, beautiful, terrible bill, the deficit would go up at least $2.1 trillion. That money is not coming down. And by the time the deficit goes up, President Trump won't be president again. So you know what he would do? He will bring in the new president and blame them for the deficit as it rises. It's a slick way to do it, folks. You set the predecessor up to fail.
I put the word great in there. They took that out.
It's going to be great.
If we get that passed, it'll be the best, one of the greatest pieces. And that's just the beginning of a lot of things that are going to happen. Because we're going to get numbers down. We're going to get them way down. But that's the beginning. That's our big first step. But it's the most important piece of legislation. In terms of dollar value and everything else, there's nothing as big as that.
Speaking of
they thought that might be 7 or 8 bills. It's all in one.
Speaking of taxes, starting in July 1st, California is upping their tax on gasoline again per gallon. I mean, that's...
Well, I beat the California mandate. Congress just passed a bill ending it. That was terrible. So what they were saying, everybody by 2030 has to have an electric car. People don't want it. I'm all for electric cars, but you have to want one. And right now it's about 7%. But they were forcing everybody to have it. I ended that.
And that is one of the reasons why Trump and his BFF Musk fell out. Because as you see, he just said, I ended it. California had mandated by 2030 that everyone have an electric car so that we could save the ozone. We could save planet Earth so that we won't look like Japan and our clear skies be smoggy. We'd be able to breathe You know, some places in China and Japan actually buy bottles of air from the United States because they want to breathe fresh air. But you see, Donald Trump just said, I ended it. People don't really want them. They don't end it. No, they wanted them when Elon Musk was in charge of Doge and he was sitting on your lap in the White House. You had no problem with it. But as soon as he left, as soon as he was out of sight, out of mind, you changed your mind.
And now they're coming out with more. No, in California, you know, we've got some gas stations where just 2 weeks ago it was $1.98, $1.99. We've got the gas down below. Then we have this little situation.
$1.98. There is nowhere on the planet where there is gas for $1.98. In fact, I went to Gas Buddy, and it says summer travel season is almost here. It's been mostly good news for U.S. drivers. The national average price of gas has fallen for the last 2 weeks, now standing at $3.15 per gallon. While the news is still positive, rumors of $1.98 gas in some states this week appear to be overly optimistic. According to Gas Buddy data from over 150,000 fuel locations nationwide, no station has offered a price under $2 per gallon this year. Okay? No one. So to say that there's $1.98 gas somewhere around here, please let everyone know, because you obviously know something that we don't. And we want to get in on this gas so we can do this summer driving.
Which will drive it up a little bit, but very little. And it's going to come down again. Going to give people a lot of extra money. Groceries are down. Eggs are down. You know, the eggs. Right? They hit me the first week about eggs. But no, I think that, look, you know what I do whenever they talk about Gavin Newsom? I say, look at the railroad. Look at the railroad. It's not even possible. Do you think he comes out and sees the construction workers? I don't think so.
I don't think you put an American flag in front of the Capitol there in Sacramento either.
Mr. President, some of your supporters are split on the U.S. response to
Who are you with?
CNN.
No.
There's a split,
Fake
though.
news. Fortunately, nobody watches.
But my question
Is anybody watching CNN nowadays? I haven't seen it in a long time.
But some of your supporters
I'm watching
are
CNN.
wary of the U.S. getting involved in another foreign war. And some believe that we should support.
Do you ever ask a positive question at CNN? My supporters are more in love with me today, and I'm in love with them more than they were even at election time, where we had a total a landslide. We had, you know, we won all 7 swing states. Did CNN report that? We won all 7 out of 7, which everyone said would be almost impossible. We won by millions of votes. We won 2,750 districts versus 505 districts. Think of that, 2,750 versus 505. And CNN...
I think what she might be alluding to is the base is going to stay with you regardless. And you've gone through different tests, regardless. But some of the people in the base don't want a long-term war. They're afraid that we're going to get into a long-term war.
We're not looking for a long-term war. We're looking... I only want one thing. Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. That's it. I'm not looking long-term, short-term. And I've been saying that for 20 years. I've been saying it as a civilian who got a lot of publicity. People would cover it. Very simply, Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. That's it. It's not a question of anything else. And if you did, you wouldn't have much of a country, because they would use it on us and they'd use it on other people, and they'd be a terror all over the world. So I may have some people that are a little bit unhappy now, but I have some people that are very happy, and I have people outside of the base that can't believe that this is happening.
You may have a little bit of people that's unhappy. Well, millions and millions of people, like The Rock say, came out for the No Kings protest. There are millions of people that are unhappy. I guess you didn't see that because you were at your surprise birthday party, your military parade by yourself. So you missed out on all the people that's upset about what's going on with the economy. You also said that If you were in office, there wouldn't be any wars. Well, it looks like we're about to go back into another war. It looks like we're about to have a World War III. So I think you are calling out all types of facts that are not prudent in any way.
It's happening, this will happen. And there was a poll that just came out today that my approval rating's the highest it's ever been. All I'm doing is saying you can't have a nuclear weapon. And I tried to do it nicely, and then on day 61 I said, let's go, because we can't let that happen. And I've been saying it for 20 years. But, okay, I'm going to leave. Thank you very much.
Now, I want to end this, and I want to be clear. I believe that Iran shouldn't have nuclear weapons also. I believe you're definitely correct on that, President Trump. The issue is, you said that there wouldn't be any wars, and if you was in office, no one would even try you to start a war. There is no way that you could say that. No president can say that in their term, because we don't know how other countries react to each other. We only can talk for America, and we need a president that's going to keep America strong. There is no gas for $1.98 anywhere in the country. Those are lies. Your approval ratings are down. That's truth. This is Righties Rage.